Coach. The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 10-2, son. Check 20. Let's go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Buddy up. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go. With him. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Come on, set. Can Lobo. 24 is the mic. Ready, ready. 24 is the mic. Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Martinez. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Martinez. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returning it is Moore. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back to Mixon on first down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Slam. Hey, check 24.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Jim. Check 24.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Gordon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Martinez now, operating from the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's more on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 70-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This is Mixon. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Go to base. Watch the screen. Pass. Whoa. Right 52, right 52. Tackles.
2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
SOS.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Charger drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you.
They'll try the left side. McFarland, he finds an opening past the 40. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check. Lucky. Check 4. Rush. Back.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
And ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Shift, watch the shift. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon.
Jump.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. 20. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
At the 7-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here we go. Check. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Show it over. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, check right. Watching the 5. Here we go.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
And goal at the Chargers' 1-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Slam. Hey, watch it. 66, bullet, pow.
2nd and 1. And it'll be intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Charger drive about to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
And an alley to run. There goes goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Let's go now. Let's go now. Let's go now. 90. Wolf. Screen. Let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And some room to work. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Los Angeles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here's the part of that. Quick dash. Ready.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. It's their quarterback. In the final seconds of the 1st half, the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards. Now, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has their only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Get that quarterback. D-line, get that quarterback. Zoom. You go tight.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll try and run with Mixon. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Getting back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right. Delta. Mike 50, Mike 50. Go, go, go. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the run. Ready.
Here's Martinez. From the downhill throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Exit. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Martinez. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Take it at the 37. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 kill. Kill, kill.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check 31, check 31. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Check, 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 check. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Shift. Watch it. Watch it, the creeping.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Come on, set. To Pittsburgh. Choose the mic. Me and you all day. All day. I'm hot seven. I'm coming after you. Deuce. Check 13. Check 13.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Watch the slap. Watch me. Watch the slap. Shit. Go. Big ass. Heavy. Watch twist. Check 3.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
40. Watch 42. Yeah. Mike 5-2. Hey, watch the screen. No. Watch the screen. Check. Crunch.
They run for it with Mixon. Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon with now his second touchdown of this third quarter as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points. Yeah. But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
At the 26-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Defense
stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Chargers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
No. Six guys. Check 6 guys. Check 26. Check 26. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Tighten up. Check it backer. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Mike 50.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is Smothered behind the line.
I know you felt that.
Ready, ready! 60 outlaw!
Double tight, guys, double tight. I love it. 3 out, 3.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Down! 15, line it. 15 line.
Watch right. Watch right. Blue there.
Hey, foxtrot. Snap.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Watch the pass. Switch.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Let's go now. Kill. Watch out.
Rush.
Go. Watch the slant.
Motion.
Check.
Nixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. He's checked.
On the run, it's Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, Joe. It's just me and you. It's just, hey. It's just me and you. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Jim. Check 24. Check 24. Watch Twitch.
Now they run with Mixon. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Patch it. Check your hot read. What? Twitch.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. Again, it's Mixon. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out here in the eye. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Wall. Get wall. Kill. Switch.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A nice little juke. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 4.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Touchdown, defense.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Baltimore, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.